Okay, I'm asking for the same things. I'm asking for the center of this ellipse. How large is the major and the minor axes and the graph? And I'm still asking the same questions. What's the problem to you guys? It's the equation. It's not this, right? The way we like it. That's the way we can do all this stuff I asked if it was in this form. All right, that's our job today. Get it in that form. Okay, you're going to get in that form for me. And for the last time in your high school career, seems like you do it every single year, algebra, geometry, algebra 2, we're going to get it into that form by completing the square. Okay, by completing the square. All right, so everyone buckle up here. Don't write huge here because we're still going to have to find the center, major, minor axes, and I have a couple extra questions, okay? So leave some room to answer those questions, please. All right, leave some room. All right, first step, completing the square, get the number over to the other side. What I need you to do now, get the number 5 over the other side, and please regroup the x's and the y's together. Regroup them. So what do you want to put with this 3x squared? Yep, regroup them. So it's going to be 3x squared minus 6x, and then you'll have plus y squared minus 8y. Move the 5 over how? Add it over, so you got 5 on this side. So move the number over, regroup your x's and y's. What's going to happen? We're going to complete the square on the x's, and we're going to complete the square on the y's. We're going to do it twice, once for the x's, once for the y's. Everyone ready to do it on the x's? You can't yet. Anybody know why I can't do it on the x's yet? Take a wild guess. But I could do it on the y's. There's a hint. The number in front of the x squared's got to be 1. So what do you suggest I do here? Take out a 3 from the x's. Everyone ready? Take out a 3 from the x, and you'll be left with x squared minus 2x. Thank you. And then I don't have to take anything out from the y's because that's already 1. Anybody want to show off? Anybody remember what we have to do to complete the square? Once that value is 1, anything at all? All right, no big deal. All right, what's the b value up here out of these two? What's the b value? Give me the number that's the b value. -2. Anybody remember yet? Take half of it. All right, ready? Yep, take half of your b. So everyone in your mind, don't yell anything out right now. In your head, take half of -2 and square it. Everyone got that number? That's what you add now to the x's. So minus 2x, what was that number you got in your head? +1? So I'm going to add 1. All right. Add 1. Do the same thing for the y's now. Here you go. What's your b value? -8. So everyone in your head, don't yell anything out. Half that value squared. Half that value squared. Got that number? What do you got? +16. Oh, that number it should always be positive. So everyone, right, half your b value squared. That's the biggest part. All right, we got a problem. You did something to the left, but you didn't give any love to the right. Got to keep it balanced. Got to keep it balanced. What did you just do over here? Okay, here's the trick. Oh, here's the thing. You got to focus in on here. Here's the thing. I know you think you added 1 there, but you didn't. Because remember what we took out? So really you didn't add a 1, multiplying, what'd you add? So that's what I have to add to the right side is that 3. Okay, because yeah, you put a 1 there, but you remember you took the 3 out. So if I redistribute this, you actually added a 3, not a 1. And then what did I add to the y's? 16. There's nothing out there, so add 16 to the other side as well. Whatever you add to the left, you got to add to the right. Excuse me. And we got one more to do. All right, let's clean this up. Somebody clean up the right side. 24. All right. Watch how this starts becoming to look like our ellipse equation now. All right, if I was really hardcore and this was in a senior class at the end of the year, I'd ask you guys to try to factor this right here, two numbers that multiply to 1 and add to -2. But I know my grounds here, so I'll just tell you the trick. What was half your b value? What was half our b value up here? -1. So we're going to rewrite this. Ready? X. What was a half our b value? So the trick is just take half your b value. You factored it all squared. Because if I asked you to factor it, it would be x minus 1, x minus 1. What was half our b value here? -4. So guess what I'm going to put inside the parenthesis here? Y minus 4 all squared. All right, you're almost there. You're almost to your ellipse equation. But what's your ellipse equation always equal to? Always equal to what? 1. What do I need to divide 24 by to get 1? Okay, everyone ready? So you're going to divide everything, take a look, everything by 24. All right, let's finish it and make it look like an ellipse equation. Reduce if you can. 3 over 24, this will be what? X minus 1 squared all over 8. Anything to reduce here? There's no number out in front, right? So there's nothing to reduce. And look what we have here, kids. There is your ellipse equation we're used to. All right, I asked you guys to get some room for me. Center. Hopefully at this point, if you've been here most of the days, you can get the center now. Center of this ellipse. +1. What do? Just change the sign. So it's going to be 1, 4. Pushing my limits over there. Major axes, horizontal or vertical, and how do you know? Horizontal or vertical, the major axes, the longer one. Is it going to be horizontal or vertical? Where's the bigger denominator? Under the y. Y, horizontal or vertical? It's going to be vertical. And how long is it? I know it's been a few days here. How do you find how long it is? I know it's not a perfect square, I get it, but what do we do with this number? You take the square root of it and multiply it by 2. Everyone got a calc in front of them. Here we go. The major axis is going to be the square root of 24 times 2. Round to the nearest tenth for me. 9.8. And then go ahead with the minor. Minor axis. What are you going to take the square root of now? Take the square root of 8 times 2. 5.7. Set up your axes. Let's go. Set up your axes. I'll come around helping you to graph this now. Set up your axes because we have to graph it. Once you set it up, just graph your center first, everyone. Just graph your center. And then I'll help you from there. Okay, everyone got 1-4 graphed? Major is 9.8. And you told me what about the major? Was it horizontal or vertical? It was vertical. So do I have to go up and down 9.8? No, that's how long the whole thing is. That's how long the whole thing is. So I'm not going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.8 up here. How many do I go up and down? Half of 9.8, which is what? 4 point. So about 5 I go up and down. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. What about left and right? I'm not going to go 5.7. That's how long it should be. Half of 5.7. About 2 point. All right, 2 point, almost 3. 1, 2, almost 3. 1, 2, almost 3. There it is. Make it look somewhat oval shape. There it is. Anything else here? I got one more, and you're going to tell me how to do it. I'll help you along the way if we get stuck as a class, but you're basically going to take over this last one. Anything you want to ask before we attack the last one? All right. You're up. Yeah, I know. Jeez. Thank God for calculators if we had one. What's your first move? Go ahead. Teach up. Move the 436 over, group the X's and the Y's. Go ahead. Move the 436 over, group the X's and the Y's. Looks good to me. Can't complete the square yet. What do you want me to do next? Don't take half your B value yet. Next up, anybody? Next up. Take out a 25 from the X's and a 9 from the Y's. Go ahead. Take out a 25 from the X's. How many quarters do you have in $2.50? 10. Take out a 9. Okay, let's complete the square. What are you adding to the X's? Think of that number right now you're going to add to the X's. Plus 10x plus, what number you got for me there? Half your B value squared. What number are you going to add? 25. Do it for the Y's now. Y squared minus 4y plus, figure out that number, half your B value squared. Always should be positive. What do you got for me? 4. All right, here's where you got to focus up a little. A little. What must I add to 436? Negative 436. Because it's more than 25 and more than 4. Okay, ready? First number, 25 times 25. Right here, 25 times 25. 625. And what's the other number? Not 4, but distribute it through 36. There you go. What's that number end up being? 225? Nice. 225. What are you going to put here next? This ends up factoring to what? Remember the trick. What was the trick from last problem? Just take half of the b value. So it'll be x plus 5 all squared plus, what are you going to put now with the y's? Y minus 2 all squared. Half the b value. We're almost done. What are you dividing everything by to get it equal to 1? Everything gets divided by 225 and reduced. All right, here we go. What's your new denominator? 9. 25 goes into 225 9 times. Look at this. What's your new denominator here? 9 into 225. Just on your calculator, 9 over 225. Should be 25. Oh, hey. There we go. All right, you're up. Center. Center point. -5, +2. All right, without me giving you hints here, how long is the major axis? How long is the major axis? 10, right? You take the square root of 25 and double it. The minor should be square root of 9 times 2, 6. Go ahead and graph it. I'm not going to let you know if it should be vertical or horizontal. You can figure that out from the equation. You guys should be going 5 up and 5 down. 3 right, 3 left. And graphing it, making it look like an oval. Whew, rough 15 minutes right there. Questions at all? And you got literally the same 2 tomorrow. Okay, just different numbers. All right, that's it.